everybody. Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. And we are back for the match reaction live here on TJ Warren TV, joined by my guy Dal every single time. Connor had to bail because he has his own match reaction, so whatever. Yeah. He's getting too big for this channel, man.
I know. He's got his own CMO Sports, man. It's just taking over YouTube. What can we do?
What can we do when you got a rock star like that and he just has to go off and do his own thing? What are we going to do? But Dal.
Yes, sir.
Bro? You good?
I am doing fantastic, but I know one thing's for sure. Aaron Ramsdale's never going to put on an Arsenal kit again. Woo! But other than that, I'm fantastic. I thought the winter was coming. I couldn't see it not happening, unless Cody got a break and Gabriel's bozo gene came back, which I was a little suspect there for a couple moments, I must say. But yeah, overall, it wasn't the best performance out of the last 6 or 7 games, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it shows our fortitude at home. It shows that we're willing to commit, attackers up front in the final minutes of the game. And, I thought Declan Rice had won it for us with that goal off the crossbar. What a shot. I thought that was it. But yeah, like I said, it's kind of a 50-50 game, to be honest, TJ.
Yeah.
I'm 50% nervous and 50%, ecstatic. So 3 points is 3 points, and we're top of the league for 24 hours at least. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
We
big up everyone in the chat.
Yeah, big up everybody in the chat. We got Donna Cullen. We got Paul. Big up Paul. Paul says that's a match Arsenal drops points in last season. The difference is bringing in Kai and his trophy-winning pedigree. Ha, 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 ha. This guy's hilarious. Oh, Hugo wants to jump on. Okay, Hugo, I'm going to see. I think I got you on. I think I got you on Instagram. Well, let me see if I can message that to you on Instagram. We fixed the whole we fixed the weird problem with what's it called? The having to authenticate, so we should get you on. We should be able to get you on here. I just check your Instagram, Hugo. Let's get you on here, man. We need a 3-man band here, so we'll get Hugo on to replace the irreplaceable Connor O. But yeah, no, I mean, those are the kind of games, and I said it on the watch along too. Those are the kind of games where you're gonna make you clench your butt cheeks together just a little bit. You're gonna be sitting on the edge of your seat the entire time, wondering if we're gonna be able to get it. It definitely wasn't our best performance in terms of overall play in the year of our Lord 2024. But those are the kind of games that you don't want to drop points to, and you got to get a win by any means necessary. And I, not to spoil who I think was man of the match, but Benny Blanco stepped up exactly when we needed him to today, and he was just fantastic on that play on that right side. He was all over the pitch. Not only was he all over the pitch, but he was putting in balls all over the pitch. And yeah, 2 assists today from Benny Blanco, man. And absolutely incredible. And I was getting onto him because I didn't think that he was performing to the level of the rest of the team. And you know what? If that means I think Benny Blanco watches this channel. I think that's what it means.
He has to.
He has to. So obviously he stepped up his game.
Advice from us, right? He gets his grooming advice from us, and the tan and the hair, and
yeah, 100%. Yes. And joining us,
oh snap,
Hugo from the chat, live from the chat, live. He is our correspondent on the ground. Actually, he's in the U.S., so I can't really say it. Big up, Hugo, dude. We're great, man. 2-1. What did you think of that game, brother?
Stressful, man. I was sweating.
Yes.
I'm glad we came with that win, because that was the tighter charge if we dropped points.
It would have been absolutely brutal. Yeah, it would have been. Oh, and Aaron Ramsdale probably would have gotten chased out of town with with torch and pitchforks mobs after that, bro. Like it was really, really bad. And I agree with Gunnar Yar. It's just not. He's not the regular guy anymore, and I think that's what it is. And who was I talking to that said, he's just not. His brain isn't there. you can see that he loses concentration, and he did that today in the worst possible way, giving up that goal at the end of the first half. Man, like, you got to think, like, you have to be heads up, you have to be more concentrated, and hopefully wherever he goes next, he learns his lesson there a little bit. But yeah, heads need to roll, and today was truth. Well, Jamino, that was your guy. It started with your guy today, buddy. It started with your guy.
Remember, Ramsdale's been programmed to play that ball out the back all last season, right?
Yep.
So he's used to give the ball a few touches before he hoofs it up the pitch. But I mean, today he just turned a blind eye. I don't know, like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, he's just
why the ball? Just keep the ball moving with the inside foot of the pass to Ben White, who was wide open on the right.
Yeah, he didn't even take a look at Ben White. He was just looking down the field. He kept his head down there and went for it.
If he'd have made a 20-yard pass inside of his foot, nice and easy to Ben White, that would have happened. And to be honest, that, like, I think someone said it in the chat, or good ER, did he destabilized everything, right? Because after that goal, even into the second half, we put pressure on him, but that goal wasn't coming early in the second half. We knew that goal was coming late in the second half because Brentford weren't going to give us any room in the 45th minute, beginning of the second half. There's no way. So he put us in a real spot. He put us in a real spot for that game. And, as much as I've defended him because, hey, Capo, how I said to you before, how I thought Ramsdale's communication with the back four was better than Raya because Raya is so new. But the thing is they look much more comfortable with Raya because they know Raya is going to distribute the ball correctly and not put the defense under pressure. So Ramsdale not only put himself under pressure, he put the whole back four under pressure. And to where Declan Rice has to come running back to help support Jorginho if Jorginho's, man marked out. So, I mean, I think that whole sequence was really telling today of why Arteta has pulled him. As much as we rate him for his shithousery, as much as he loves the red and white and loves the jersey and the club, etc., he's just not is what's the word I'm looking for? Is as accurate and decisive as we need a keeper to be. And Ray is showing that. His one mistake at City, and I can't think of any more that he's really made. I'm sure Jamino will jog my memory, but Ray hasn't made any real big mistakes at all, except for the little City bundle that he, hit off the post.
Well, yeah, I mean, and here's I mean, you could blame him for the goal against Lens. He played that out, but in the league, I can't really blame him for much. I mean, people will bring up. I mean, Luton Town, he had a shocker, but we ended up winning that game. And when we dropped points to Chelsea, people have said, oh yeah, well, he was caught off his line on that Mudryk goal that should have been a cross. Yeah, right. But you're talking about 2 games out of how many have we played?
Right. I mean,
26.
The last 6, they've only scored 3 goals in the last 6. And that was 4 in the last 7. So, yeah. Like Luke said, it was an ugly win. I don't know if I agree with your sleeping for 80 minutes. I thought we were like consistently pressing them, but it just started to break down. And they're very good at the low block. And Thomas Frank kept their 4-4-2 formation the whole game. So when it's 4-4-2 in the low block, I mean, they did what Sheffield needed to do. They did what West Ham needed to do, right? They did what Burnley needed to do because you can see how it stifles our attack. You come out to play us, we're going to do you 4-5-6-0. That's just the way it goes, And Sheffield low block, like TJ said before, Sheffield's not near as good as Brentford, man for man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Sheffield can low block all day. They'll still get annihilated. But, Thomas Frank had them set up specifically for that low block and that counterattack. Just get the ball to Wisa and Tony and let them do the rest. And you know what? Tony almost scored from 30 yards out. So let's I mean, there's lots of little things that show that there's still cracks. Still cracks in the shield, boys. And today was very evident of that. But again, we pulled it out.
We did pull it out. I mean, another person that kind of stood out for me today, and he was getting balls in over the top is Jorginho. And Jorginho I thought had a very good game today too. Like we just couldn't finish a lot of the time finish the chances a lot of the time. I mean, and we're going to talk about Kai Havertz here, and Kai Havertz is going to be labeled the hero here, but he had 2 or 3 nailed on chances that we were missing. I mean, all it does, man, all it does really is highlight the fact that we need a true number 9. Like, and yeah, we could throw Trossard up there to get stuck in, create space for us in the middle, but where we need him to be finishing. I mean, if we're going to be real about this, it could have been 4-1 if he would have finished his chances, but he didn't finish his chances. So what are we talking about here? I don't think the need is any less at this point for a number 9 and possibly another number 6.
No, Eddie. Well, I mean, if we get a striker, Eddie has to go. I mean, obviously he does not rate Eddie. I don't think Eddie's barely had a sniff in the last 6 or 7 games. He scores a hat trick against Sheffield and gets benched for the Sheffield game. I mean, he's obviously completely out of our thoughts. Yeah. I just, I think Kai Havertz is becoming what we needed him to be. He's obviously not a left midfielder, and I don't even think he's really that good of a central attacking midfielder. He just needs to be a 6'3" body up front and bully the center backs, and just sneak in the headers like he did today, tap in some goals. I think that's the best use for him. I can't imagine that you guys would disagree with that, because the proof is in the pudding that he's been playing well up front.
He's our Scott McTominay.
There you go. He's our Rodrigo with his striking boots on.
Oh my God.
It's one of those things where I kind of give Arteta some praise, and that Kai Havertz has been playing better for Arsenal than Paul would say as a Chelsea fan, easily the last 3 or 4 years of Chelsea. If he was doing this at Chelsea, they wouldn't have sold him.
Yeah.
No, facts.
7, 8 goals this season, 6, 7 goals. So,
yeah, something like that. Sorry, I was getting our tier list together. Big up Staffy. Big up Staffy in here. You escaped Monday. You're welcome. You're welcome, Staffy. That's all I'm gonna say. You're welcome, my guy. McTominay, what did I walk into? Nothing, Staffy. Nothing. I miss Top Red Staffy already, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, though. I miss that guy already.
That's the win today.
Bottom red Staffy is just not as fun, I don't think. But big up Staffy every time. Make sure you are subscribing to Staffy TV. Big up the Twitter folks. We got 15 watching on Twitter, 20 or 12 watching on YouTube. Make sure that you guys are smashing the likes. 3-point collectors. Yeah, you did it, Staffy. You did it. We're on the top row today, my friend. We're on the top row on Monday. Nothing to worry about. Kai Purple Patch. We'll see. That's an interesting question. Did we miss Martinelli today? I want to bring that up. I want to bring up Trossard again. Do you think he's not good enough to start? I'll start with Hugo. Do you think he's good enough to get starts?
Trossard, no. I think it's definitely we have to go with Martinelli. Trossard was absent today. I didn't see him do much.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Top Gooner energy, Staffy. Top Gooner energy, not Top Red. Top Gooner energy.
Trossard needs to understand he's an impact player. He's a 75th minute impact player. That's where he's best at. I thought he was okay today. I mean, he's definitely played worse. Trossard, I would the ratings. I'll put my rating in there obviously at the end of the show. But I thought that he was very average today, but he wasn't that awful that we've seen before, right? When we played Fulham, he was absolutely dog shit. When we played, you probably named 2 or 3 other teams where he started and was complete crap. But today, I thought he tried to do a job. They weren't giving him much room. Today called for Martinelli. We needed speed and pace. Yeah.
Trossard needs support from a left back. I thought, QER made some questionable passes today, but I don't think he was bad
today.
I don't think he was bad, but I don't think he was great either. Like, I'm not going out there and saying that he put in a masterclass like he has the last couple of games, but yeah, I mean, QER, look, he's still learning at the position. He's new. I mean, how many games has he played for us this season? Like maybe 15 in all comps. He's played well. He's played well enough. And I think in place of Zinchenko, it's you see, I think we're more defensively
sound.
Sure.
He doesn't go up the pitch as high as Zinchenko does.
Yeah. So I mean, would you start him? Would you start Zinchenko against City, or would you start QER? Because we got decisions to make, and obviously Zinchenko came out and had a cup of coffee, didn't really make any impact on the game. But
what do you think, Hugo?
What do you think, Hugo?
I say we start with Kiwi. I don't see why we should change our back four. I mean, they had an average game in my opinion today, but overall they've been pretty good together. So I say we stick with Kiwi.
Yep, agreed. Again, Paul says defensively solid. Just Martinelli can play on the wing without support. QER doesn't overlap or run with Trossard. I mean, QER can come in late. He came into the box late a few times. He just made questionable decisions with the ball, I thought. I don't think that I think that if he's going to be running up the pitch that far, or we're going to be asking him to invert it in the midfield, or we're going to be playing that kind of game, then we need to be putting Zinchenko out there. But I like the way that we've been playing defensively with QER. QER has been a noticeable improvement on that left side defensively. I'm not saying like you can't go in there and say, oh yeah, you can't put a Ferrari engine you can't put a Honda engine into a Ferrari and then expect it to perform the same. You know what I mean? So if you're asking QER to go in there and do a job that Zinchenko was doing, not that I'm saying Zinchenko is a Ferrari, but maybe that was a bad metaphor. All I'm saying is that you can't expect them to perform the same. That's really all I'm trying to say. Man, I've been talking way too much today. I'm not going to lie to you. Smash the likes, people. What are you going to say, Dal?
Well, the QER thing is just he just seems like you said a little more solid defensively and positions himself better. I get worried when Zinchenko gets the ball and starts dribbling diagonally to the halfway line because I know there's hardly anybody back there to support him. If we lose the ball, we've seen it over and over last season. Zinni losing the ball or Zinni getting nutmegged, and all of a sudden we're weak on the left side. And we've been weak on the left side since day one of this season. We talked about Zinchenko and Havertz and Martinelli on the worst side. And remember, Martinelli had a stinker the first few games of the season. At least got it to week 16. Yeah, Martinelli didn't do jack until like week 16. So that whole left side was crap. But we're more solid now. And again, if it's not broken, there's nothing to fix, man.
Yeah.
And and Ramsdale, I agree with it. ER said it. There was some instability the moment Ramsdale stepped out on the pitch. But I think the back four was kind of prepared for that because they were very good today, even though I thought there was a couple moments where the Bozo gene is back, with Gabriel. Just once the ball bounces, bro, and I see him jump for headers, I start getting worried. You know what I mean? Don't bounce, bro. Just hoof it out, head it out, do something. So with that, it was a very odd game today. It just was really kind of back and forth. We didn't know what to expect because we didn't know if they were. I think Brentford were coming to play or not, and they did really well at kind of hiding that. And I thought their counterattack could have been a little bit more. But again, we were defensively solid as well. So what you're saying about with like QER and Ramsdale, the broader picture, I think has been 7 games and 4 goals conceded. I believe, or 8 games and 4 goals. So that is still an incredible statistic. I'm not a huge statistic guy, but that's like they said, record breaking. So we've got 33 goals scored and 4 goals scored against us, I think, in 7 games.
And that's an incredible statistic. And look, you can't, you got to look at the back line, and you got to look at our sixes. I think our sixes have been performing extremely well. Jorginho and Rice again with another freaking great performance today. So solid. Yeah, an incredible goal too as well. And yes, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'm gonna take the YouTube channel down because I said that. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, Gabriel was. Yeah, end it all, people. End it all, because I made that horrible metaphor. Gabriel would scare me at CB. He's no red card Xhaka, but he toes the line of being a pest and lacking composure. I think I like that he gets. I don't think he completely loses composure, but I like the way he gets emotional in a good way. Like he was getting in Tony's face. He was showing that we weren't going to back down. Like I don't want to be backing a team full of pussies. You know what I mean? Right. And to see him get stuck in like that, I've never seen Saliba get emotional like that. You're not going to see QER get emotional like that. I'm afraid that QER doesn't have a pulse half the time. You know what I mean? So the guys like Rice, the guys like Havertz, the guys like Gabriel are that get stuck
Engines.
in and get free. Yeah, engine. Maybe I just need to take down the YouTube channel now today, man. This has been absolutely shocking. That's what I'm saying is that you got to have those guys that are the engines, the guys that'll rev the rest of the team up, because other than Mr. Arm Wave, you're not going to get guys that are going to get in the other team's face, other than Gabriel, Rice, and who was I just talking about? Freaking Havertz. You know what I mean? And I think Havertz, that's another thing that Havertz, I'm not going to gas him up too much, but Havertz does that very, very well. He doesn't back down from a challenge. He'll get in there, he'll get physical, and he'll put in at least a shit-housing performance if he needs to. So yeah, that's it. Rice needs the armband. I would agree with that. Or Gabriel. Gabriel is proven that he's a leader on this team.
Yeah, Gabriel would be my choice.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys, let's get to the player rating section. This will be a little bit of an abbreviated show today because I got stuff to do. And I spent my entire morning watching football, which isn't too bad. I'm not complaining here.
Did you watch games before the Arsenal? Did you get up and watch everything?
I didn't get up and watch United. No, I did not get up and watch United.
Yeah, it's a little early. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a little early to get up and watch a Dross United play against another Dross team. So no offense to the top Reds in the chat, but come on now, it's pretty brutal, pretty friggin' awful. All right, thanks Connor for helping me out with this. Get your player ratings in. The tier maker is here, people. Get your player ratings in. We'll go ahead and start. With Aaron Ramsdale, we'll just go. We'll just go. Everybody take one player.
Just start with Hugo and work our way up.
We'll start with Hugo and work our way. Exactly. There we go. Hugo, what would you give Aaron Ramsdale his last game in an Arsenal shirt? In my opinion, what do you think?
I'm a little torn up. I'm not sure if I should give him a low for putting us through that, or a high score for keeping us in it. So
right.
I think I'm gonna go with 6.5.
6.5.
That rounds to
go with 6.5. That rounds up to a 7. I would agree with this. I probably would have given him a 6 just because, but he saved us in the second half. He had 2 massive saves in the second half. So, yeah. I don't know. He stressed me out. Dude, I'm gonna need to wash this shirt because I sweated through it at the end of that. That was ridiculous. That Tony chance. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes, but I would agree with that. Would you agree with that, Dal?
No, I'd probably be closer to a 6, but it's Hugo's ratings, and I thought, there was a couple saves. It could have been 2-1. I mean, but I just think you could tell there was something off today defensively. The way the back four moved around, waiting for him to kick it. Obviously, the mistake he made, and it looked unstable. But there was some times, like in the first half, where he threw that ball to Trossard, like 3/4 of the way down the pitch. Remember, and Trossard kind of cocked it up a little bit, but that would have been a goal if he would have just got in front. Yeah, Jaminho is.
I'm taking a screenshot of this. I'm sorry, I'm taking a screenshot.
Yeah. So I mean, but Hugo's got a point. He's got some saves, and so there's with Ramsdale. That's the hardest thing. There's always a different side of the coin, right? He'll be the shit side of the heads, and he'll be the great side tails on one side. So a 5 or 6, 7, whatever is I mean, it's hard.
I'm clipping you, Jaminho. I don't care, man. I don't care. This is too good. This is too good for me. I can't do it. After all the shit, the months and months of shit, Jaminho, Ramsdale gets a negative 10,000 today.
Home to roost. So who I got? QER? I got QER.
Yeah, you got QER. Yeah.
I'm going to give him a 6. I thought he was decent today, but I don't know. I just need something more. He looked a little off than he has in the last few games, but he was still pretty solid.
Yep, agreed. Yeah, it was a shambolic error. I'm not going to talk about it too much just because I told you guys that is a possibility. Like not to quote Rants too much, but I told you guys that this was a possibility, and it's exactly what happened. It's crazy. Like, good luck to him the rest of his career, but this is exactly why he's not going to work out here. Exactly why. And I'm not gonna big up Ramsdale too much, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about Ramsdale. I'm not gonna big up Ramsdale too much for putting out a fire that he started. You know what I mean? Like, that's another thing. Like, I always get on Zinchenko about giving balls up, and then when he scores a goal, I'm not gonna be like, ooh, you know, he when he's conceding on the other end. Like, come on, let's don't give out badges. It's like having a firefighter who's also an arsonist. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy.
Right. Starts the fire himself and puts it out and is the hero.
He's like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I can't. Okay, we got to move on. Good Lord. All right. Gabrielle. Gabrielle stressed me out. But, God. 6. He gets a 6 for me. He's getting balls on head on the balls. Looking a little bit shaky. Again, the back line just looked a little bit shaky for me today, just because I think they're not used to having Ramsdale back there. It might be a little harsh. Sorry if that is a little harsh, but I think the back line was mediocre other than a certain Benny Blanco today. So I think and honestly, like, and I know it's not my rating, but I'll leave it to Hugo, but I think that Saliba would be getting the same. I thought they were both average today. So
yeah. I agree. 6 or 7. That's what I was going to go with. I thought they were both average. He had the one block on Tony in the area inside the box, but other than that, I thought they were pretty average too. So yeah, 6.
All right,
6 for
Saliba too. All right.
Benny Blanco.
Now you get Benny Blanco.
Beautiful Benny Blanco, who I get my tan off of. My cool tat, my teeth whitening.
You go to your tan and you say, you give me the Benny Blanco special.
Yeah, I just walk in and say, give me the Benny Blanco, love. And she goes, okay. Yep. It sticks me right in there, and I come out looking like that gorgeous bastard. But he was absolutely fantastic today. I give him a 9, and very much edging him for man of the match. He was absolutely flawless today.
Yep, phenomenal. But Gunnar, what?
Hey,
what?
You assist from a right
Gunnar, you didn't watch the game. You didn't watch the game if you're giving him a 5. Benny Blanco, 100%.
You rating his 10 or his performance, bro? I thought he was phenomenal today.
2 assists, saved our season and saved Ramsdale's career.
Yeah.
No, I thought Benny Blanco, like I said, you can't say enough good things about Benny Blanco today. He absolutely gets an 8 or a 9 from me. Incredible game today. Those incredible crosses in, puts them right on their head. Yeah, right on, spot on, 9. I agree. Declan Rice.
Oof. Fantastic as always.
Declan Rice gets an 8. Not only does he score the goal that kicks off the game, great header, but it's solid again in that 6th position today.
Great
the one
shot
thing
outside the box, the one off the post.
Great shot.
I thought that was going in, bro.
So close. So close. It's just unbelievable to me.
Well, let's talk about Declan Rice today. We talked with TJ weeks ago, right? What was some of the issues we were having defensively with Declan Rice? I'm sorry, not with Declan Rice, with defensively, just, the way we were playing defensively. Because Declan Rice was our CDM, and he was basically playing from one side of the pitch to the other, right? Vertically, not horizontally, not box to box, cleaning up the messes in front of our back four.
Yep.
Right? And now he's at left mid where Xhaka played, and he's doing Xhaka things now. And look at what's happening. We're winning games. We have another attacker. Because Jorginho can't play left mid. Havertz sure as fuck can't play left mid. Trossard can't play left mid. So, Declan Rice, he's our box to box. That's how we've been winning games.
Yeah.
Attacking positions.
Yep. And he's really pushing the ball upfield really, really well too. He's putting his head down and he's dribbling up the field, getting the ball into the final third. The one thing that I would ask him to do is get his head up just a little bit earlier, because he bombs into the team's 30 or box. Sorry, final third. My head is totally gone if you haven't noticed that. If he could just pick his head up just a little bit earlier and get a pass off to the wing, I think it would be he would be an incredible, like, put a stamp on it, great box to box midfielder. So yeah.
Right, but I think he did a lot of that in this 7-game run. Maybe not today.
Yeah.
Or maybe not today he was spot on, but I think in those other games where, the West Ham, etc., Burnley, he was doing that. And you're right. Today he was better. I mean, we had complete control of the midfield. Let's be honest. Rice was just running up and down there, but there was times, you're right, where his speed and pace wasn't matching what the attackers were looking for, right? Because you just basically ran into a defensive wall of 4, 5, 6 players. So no, that's very true. But he was rampant today. The midfield was completely his.
Agreed. What do we got? What do we got for Jorginho?
I'm giving Jorginho a 7. I thought he was pretty good. Had a couple through passes to Saka and a couple lob passes into the area, but overall I thought he was pretty good. So I'll give him a 7.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he was very good today. I thought, like I said, I don't think it's his best performance this season, but solid. Like I said, like Dal said, they own the midfield. Martin Odegaard, Dal.
Ghost was no ghost today. He was running everywhere, trying to make things happen. I wish he was a little more decisive in taking a shot outside the box, because we know he can shoot. I think Jorginho was probably the most silent player on the pitch today, which was okay, because that means he wasn't really making mistakes. But with Odegaard, but with Jorginho and Rice, he's able to do more. And again, he had 3 or 4 yards on the ball to actually do something. I'm going to give him a 7 today as well. Maybe 7.5, but let's stick with 7. A 7's fair enough, because I think he could have done just a bit more to push us over the edge, like a captain really should be doing. But I thought he was still solid today.
No, I agree with you. I would have given him a 7. I thought he was good. Saka gets a 7. I mean, he was good. He was making him think, but he wasn't he wasn't tearing up trees. Like, I don't want to go out there and say, I think it's a 6 is too harsh, because he was pretty average today. But he was making him think on that right side. He had a couple of chances that he skied over the bar. I think if he could just get those shots down, man, we would be looking very, very good. But yeah, he's a low 7 for me today. Low 7. Not much else to say, honestly, really. Trossard, Hugo, take Leo.
I'm gonna give Trossard a 6. I thought he could have been a little bit more involved. He had a couple good plays, but overall, I thought he could have been more involved. So I'm gonna give him a 6.
All right, 6.
I think that's very fair.
I think that's very fair. I think, I would have put him a little bit lower. I wrote out for this guy too. I really need him. I really need him to start doing it. Just saying it.
But he has scored some important goals. So, but today it was just when he starts, we just don't get the full Trossard. To me, he's just an impact sub. But when Martinelli's going to knock, he's the one there.
Fair.
King Kai.
You get King Kai.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to give him a 9 today and man of the match.
You're giving man of the match to Kai? Oh, wow.
Because, bro, I have played this sport for many years. I've played since I was 6, 7, 8 years old. I've played striker. I've played keeper. I've played all over the pitch. At the very few minutes of the game, when that ball comes looping in, you have to keep your composure. I don't care who you are. That ball's coming to you in the 85th minute, 86th minute, and you're the striker. You have to bury that. And he did. And it won us the game. Man of the match. He could have been better in certain areas, but to keep your composure in the middle of the box like that, when you're surrounded by defenders and that beautiful ball from Benny Blanco comes cruising in and you have the right place of mind to jump at the right time, put it to the keeper's side, and score the winning fucking goal. Man of the match. Big up Kai Havertz. It's hard as hell. Any striker, anyone in the chat that's played the game, it's a striker heading a ball in the 85th minute to win the game is hard to do. Benzema would admit to that, I think. Ronaldo, any of the top players would say, if you don't have your composure, you aren't scoring and you're not going to win. What if he would have hit the ball right at the keeper? We would have this discussion. It'd be 1-1. It'd be mad as fuck. And we'd be saying, shit, Kai, shit, Kai, shit, Kai. he kept his composure. I'll say it for the third time. He kept his composure and put it in the back of the onion bag and got us the 3 points. Man of the match.
There we go. All right. Kai Havertz, man of the match for Dal.
I know it sounds crazy, but
it's just something. It's just not a sentence that I would say that I thought I would say, let alone anybody else. But he had a great game today overall. A great game today overall. Subs, Gabriel Jesus, what do you got, Hugo?
I'll give him a 5. He had really a couple good hold-up plays. Other than that, he was all right.
The only time I really noticed him was when he was holding up the play to kill the game. That was the only time I really noticed him. So yeah, I think fair. I think 5 is fair. I guess I probably should have taken Jesus since Dal took Kai, but I'll take Reese. Reese works his ass off. I don't think he's not getting on the ball a lot, but he's running and he's making a difference and he's making the opposition think. That's one thing with Reese Nelson is that he might not be the best person on the ball, but he works his absolute ass off. Little bit of a speed merchant, but yeah, he deserves a 6 for his performance today. I thought he was great. Yeah, I thought he was good. Not great. I thought he was good. Yeah, well, that's not saying much. Dal, what do you want for you get Zinchenko, Dal?
I get Zinchenko. 5. I thought again he was quiet on the pitch. I don't know. I just was sort of like I think the substitution was correct because I think Kiwior was completely out of gas. And he would have become more of a liability as the game went on. So just for energy's sake and a little more just to keep the back four a little more organized, I'll give Zinchenko a solid 5. He didn't do much, but he didn't really mess up either. I was waiting for the nutmeg in the goal, but I mean I think our technical told him to go out there. Don't go up the pitch too high. Don't do the inverted thing. We don't need that now. What we need is solidity in the back. Get up when you can, but make sure that you're delivering the ball quickly and getting back and helping defend. And that's what he did. But still, that's what he's supposed to do every fucking game. So a 5.
5, I agree. And then Thomas Partey, we're not even going to rate him. We just give him a 5. Came on, kick the ball out of bounds, gets a 5. I would say it. We'll each rate the manager now. What do you got, Hugo, for Mikel Arteta?
I'm gonna give him an 8. I thought that was the correct lineup, and overall, I think he did. The subs were okay, so I'm gonna give him an 8.
Yeah. What do you got, Dal?
I thought he did pretty good today with the lineup. Obviously, he kept the same lineup, but Ramsdale, right? I believe, yeah. That we wouldn't too. No, I think he's, and I'm going to give him credit too for keeping Kai Havertz on, because I thought at the time he may take Kai off for Jesus, which I really didn't want to see. So I'm glad he made the Jesus substitution, but kept Kai Havertz on because of the physicality. But I'm going to give him a 7 today. I agree with Hendon and ER. I think an 8 is just a bit high for me, but a 7.
I agree. 7. Lineup was very, very good. You basically said what I was going to say, Dal. The fact that he didn't sub off Kai was good, especially when he thought, like, if you look at Kai at that point in the game, you would think, oh well, Kai, you're not really playing. He's not really on it. He wasn't finishing. Right. But the fact that he believes, like, he believes in Kai that much to leave him on and get that winner and have it pay off. I mean, he did the same thing against Brentford on the reverse fixture too. Can't forget that.
Yeah.
So the fact what have I been saying the entire season after the Kai Havertz signing is that Mikel Arteta's career at Arsenal is going to live and die by this signing, and right now it's looking pretty good. So
yeah, sure. I think any Chelsea fan would be a little bit envious that they weren't getting this kind of production.
Even
2 seasons at least.
There have been several Chelsea creators that I've watched. Surfer, freaking Lewis, like all those guys have been saying that there's one person that they're saying, oh well, it looks like he's getting a tune out of him. It's Havertz. I mean, and Jorginho too. I mean, the Chelsea rejects are looking okay right now.
Right.
So
it's amazing what a different system and different environment can bring, right?
Yeah. And you know what? If at the end of it we're lifting a big shiny thing, I'll gladly eat my words, man. I'll gladly eat my words. Right now we're top of the table for at least the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
So let's enjoy it for a bit. But yeah. That is the player ratings, people. Make sure that you get your player ratings. If you agree with us, comment in the chat. If you disagree with us, comment on the video. Put a thumbs up. Don't be a dickhead. You know what I mean? Participate. I reply to every single comment. It's exhausting, but I do it anyway because we love this. We love doing this.
Kind of guy you are, TJ.
Yeah,
just the kind of guy you are.
It's the kind of guy I am. Even though on other people's I've had to tell other people to fuck off in other people's comments. Staffy. Anyway. But anyway, Hugo, thanks for joining us, my man.
Yeah,
really appreciate you. Big up, Hugo, for joining us today, man.
Is that Corinthians shirt you got on?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. See, I know my South American football, bro.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Right now, are you watching them right now?
No, I'm not watching right now.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Right on, brother.
Right on, brother. No, thanks, Hugo, again. Thanks again, Hugo, for coming on and being in the chat and always supporting the community the way you do, man. Anytime you want to come on, for the player ratings, you're more than welcome to, brother. Every single time. Thank you so much for coming on. Down.
Thank you, man.
3 points in the bag.
We did it.
65 million. What is it? 65 million.
60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again.
Right. Man of the match. Please don't clip that. But no, it's great to see everyone today on a great Saturday afternoon. Shout out to the chat: Hendon, Malia, AJ, Paul, Hendon again, Gunnar, ER, AJ again, and everybody else watching on Twitter and so forth. Thank you for being here on the reaction show. We really appreciate it. And let's live it up tonight. I mean, it's 8:30 in the UK. Get the beers in.
Get those beers out, people.
Shots. Sing Arsenal songs all night long till you pass out. But no, it's great to see everybody, and thanks again, TJ and Hugo, for a great show. And we got the 3 points, and let's see what happens tomorrow with United and the Scousers. I mean, City and the Scousers.
Yep, we'll see.
For a draw.
Give me a draw. Give me that draw. I need it. Inject it into my veins. We need it. All right, guys, this has been the match reaction for Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. You can catch me on American Waffle on Monday, excuse me. Tuesday, 1 a.m. UK time. And then we will be doing a watch along for the Porto Arsenal second leg, and obviously a match reaction. I'm going to be taking off work for that, so you guys better be here in the chat. Let's go. But yeah, keep an eye on the schedule. I don't know when it's one of those things is going to be airing this week just because of the cramped schedule. So just keep an eye on the community tab, and I will give you guys updated. Until then,
there's something big Friday. What's big? What's going on Friday?
Oh, I've completely forgot about that. Why do I keep forgetting about that? Dude, I'm just dreading this Porto game so much that it's in my head. But for the year anniversary of the American Idiot Show, 9 p.m. UK, Lee Gunner will be joining us on the 52nd episode. Bang, bang. Big bang bosh, baby. We got Lee Gunner coming on. Couldn't be more excited to celebrate the year anniversary with Dal, Connor, and our guy Lee. The 52nd episode. I can't believe it's been a year. Goodness gracious. Crazy. So yeah, looking forward to that one, guys. We'll be pumping that all week. So until Tuesday, 2-1 to the Arsenal. We're out of here. Let's go.